Hello and welcome. I'm so excited to be talking to you today on this PD day. And if you're watching this at a different time, about Stickity, which is a tool that all certified staff at BCSC have paid or premium access to as part of a pilot for the remainder of the 23-24 school year. So my name is Brenny Coomer. I'm the Assistant Director of Educational Technology here in BCSC. I talk to a lot of you over email, so it's kind of like talking to you in person a little bit virtually. And I'm so excited that we have access to Stickity through this pilot opportunity, and we might even have it funded in future school years as part of a grant process that we are currently in. So our goals for the session today are to look at least two benefits of how Stickity can help your students in your environment or in your role. I'm going to give you some time to practice using Stickity, and at any point in time, if you need to pause the video, if I'm going too fast, or you want to have a little bit more time to practice and play, you can certainly do that. And then we'll also set at least one goal to use Stickity in the future. You can write that down, you can reflect on it mentally, you can jot it down on a document and revisit it. Whatever way you want to use is totally up to you. So before we go too far into what the tool is and the functions and supports and benefits that it provides, I do want us to start off by thinking, why are visuals such powerful ways to connect with our students as well as communicate information? So our brains really love visual content. They're the most powerful communication methods that we have out there today. If you're on social media, then you know companies and brands are using images and icons all of the time to capture your attention. Our brains process visuals faster than they do written or text content, and we really hone in on that. We find it interesting and we like to learn more. That's why infographics are super popular in advertisements, and why images and icons are often used in lots of places where people are maybe speaking different languages, or if we have different reading levels that might be out there. So if you've ever been in an unfamiliar place, whether it's, a new restaurant you've never been to before, an airport, a bus station, a train station, anything like that, you probably notice that a lot of the signs have text, but usually accompanied by some type of icon or image. And a lot of those images are consistent from place to place. Like we know what the bathroom icon looks like. We might know what a ticketing icon looks like, a fire alarm, all of those different types of things. Icons and images are so powerful for building understanding across languages, for communicating information to anyone and everyone, and really supporting anyone who might come into that space or that environment who might not be speaking the same language as the other people who are there. So that's why it's so powerful that we use these in our learning environments, just knowing that we have so many multilingual learners. And it's just another way to support universal design for learning by building a common language in the classroom, representing text or audio information in another means, and providing that extra scaffolding and support. So with that being said, Stickity is a wonderful tool to add icons and visuals to your content in a variety of different ways. So Stickity is an add-on or extension that works in Google Chrome. It specifically works in Google Slides and Google Docs. So the first thing that you will need to do is make sure that you already have it added to either Slides or Docs. But I believe at this point, if I set up things correctly, it might already be force installed on your accounts for you. If not, I'll walk you through how you can get that, and we can tap into it, log into it, and access it. So you'll have access to the premium version of Stickity, which means all of the different icons and buttons throughout the remainder of this school year. And the benefit of that is it gives us icons and visuals that are in Spanish as well as English, which is phenomenal for supporting our multilingual learners because that is our most prominent language here in BCSC. Stickity has said that they're working on adding more languages, and we hope to see that happen in the near future because we know there are many more languages than just English and Spanish that are spoken amongst our students as their native languages. So to access Stickity, I'm going to toggle away from this screen for a second so you can see how easy it is. All right. So to access Stickity and to also install it, if you go into Google Slides or Google Docs, there's this menu here called Extensions. And if I click Extensions, you might see it here already. So if you already see it, then it's already installed for you. And if I already have it here listed as one of my installed extensions, then I'll do Open Stickity for Slides. And it will open on the side here, the right-hand side, in a panel for me to access. So I'm going to move my camera again so you can see. And Stickity is right here. So this is how I can access it. If Stickity does not appear under your extensions menu right away, if you click the add-ons button and then select Get Add-ons, then you can do a search for it and install it, but it should be there. All right. So when Stickity is here, we have so many different buttons and things. So every month, the owner of Stickity, her name is Lauren, puts out different stickers related to topics that might be going on that month. So we see all of these different fun little icons and pieces there. And then we'll also see some for different purposes in the classroom. So I'm going to come back to that here in a second and give you more time to practice with those and how I would use them in the classroom. Okay? So why do we use this tool? I already talked about a little bit of building that common language and just supporting our students by communicating something in a different way than just English text or English audio. It really does support accessibility. So the languages are available on here are English and Spanish. So every single sticker that's in English is also available in Spanish, which is super helpful for our students who have Spanish as their native language. It also just supports multiple means of expression and representation for our students who maybe need things presented to them in an alternative way. So it's more than just helping our multilingual learners. It also can help some of our students who need more options for audio and perception in that sense, where maybe they have hearing loss or they need alternatives to text. Visuals are a great way of doing that because it's expressing the same information from an audio recording or a video, but in a different modality. And all of the stickers in Stickity are actually designed with accessibility in mind. So they're all high color contrast. If you're looking at this example right here where it says explain in your own words, it popped off the background. The creator did that on purpose. The colors that she uses on the stickers are all tested for high contrast. So anyone who has vision needs would be able to see them a little bit easier. And then every single sticker on Stickity has an alt tag, which means that alt text, basically, if someone's using a screen reader, then it will explain what the sticker says and what it looks like to that person using a screen reader. So it's great for accessibility pieces as well. It's also super helpful to use Stickity in supporting IEPs and some of the goals and accommodations that might exist there. So a lot of the stickers on Stickity can certainly be used to give instructions about information, but there's also a lot of stickers on here that support giving feedback to students. So you can use those really quickly, click, insert them. It's on the students' work, so they get a little bit more redirection and feedback as they're progressing towards those goals. Some of our students might need a little bit more frequent reinforcement or feedback than some of the others, and this is a really quick way of doing that without you having to spin your wheels and spend a lot of time typing it out. And it probably is easier for the students to digest that information and understand where they are from a quick visual versus typed out paragraphs of text. It's a really good way of also taking your instructions that might be lengthy and shortening them into a way that's more comprehensible for students and chunked and really quick. And pictures are a way that some of our students use to communicate anyway. So this is just another way of doing that. And if you're wondering about how Stickity aligns to the UDL guidelines, they have a wonderful page on their website because it is designed with UDL in mind, where they explain where Stickity aligns. And I also have the UDL guidelines linked here if you want to see that. But let's just say that it really aligns with a lot of the UDL guidelines, principles, and checkpoints. In addition to all of those reasons, there's also some helpful stickers on Stickity related to certain content areas. So there are some that are related to math. So there's graphs, there's graphing features and buttons and things there. There's also supplies. There's ones that can help reinforce PBIS expectations. So many different ways that you can use Stickity. I think it's also just helpful if you think about using this tool, it creates a level of consistency in your room too. Any sticker on Stickity can be blown up and printed. So you can have those as labels in your classroom for supplies, on signs, so that students get familiar with what those icons mean, almost like, how we have familiarity with icons that represent bathrooms or airports and those pieces. You can build that common language and familiarity with things in your classroom. Additionally, any sticker on Stickity you can download, you can copy, and then you can also use those in your Canvas course as well. So a lot of us like to put those icon buttons where it's a picture and it's set up as a hyperlink on our Canvas homepage or on our lesson page. If you want to have some that look really nice and clean and consistent and are designed with accessibility in mind and support multiple languages, you can use Stickity stickers for that. It's super easy to do. It's just a matter of copying, pasting them into your Canvas course. There's even some that are set up as lessons, and I'll show you more of those here in a second. So that's how It's super important to use Stickity and all of the reasons why it might be beneficial for you to use these tools. So I have a video tutorial here. For sake of not having to listen to myself on video while I'm also talking to you, I'm going to skip that. But if you want to pause the video and watch my tutorial that goes through, you certainly can. What I'm going to do is just walk you through how you can access Stickity and quickly insert pictures and all of the different icons and pieces that they have available in their content libraries. So again, if you don't have it installed, it's going to be through your extensions menu. I already have mine good to go. So to open it, all I do is click extensions, find Stickity for slides, and then open Stickity for slides. You can also use Stickity in Google Docs. It's the same thing. So if I do docs.new, helps if I type it correctly. It opens up a brand new Google Doc. And then under extensions, I can add it there and open Stickity in the same way. It's always going to be under that extensions menu. Okay, so here we go. On the Stickity menu, you have our icons and buttons here in English, and then we also have all of them in Spanish. So if you see one that you really like, it's super easy to add it to a particular page or slide or resource. And this is a great way to also give feedback to students. So if students are turning in slides or docs to you, you can use these to give them some feedback on how they're doing. You know, if they need to go back and review something, or if they aced it the first time around, or you just want to give some nice encouragement and checkpoints along the way. So I really like this class expectations one. So there's ones here for noise levels, work styles, actions, and the materials they need. I used to always put a sign outside of my classroom that had this. And my icons didn't always look super great. I love that they have these here already. Why not add this onto your daily slide so that when students come in, they can see what they need, and then you can also print it and maybe put it outside of your classroom as well. Okay? So if there is an icon that I want to use, like this group, let's pretend we're doing group work, I can just click it and it does working, and then it puts it in the top left-hand corner of my Google slide. Okay, so I added it. Now I can move it around, put it there, and I'm all good to go. If I wanted to blow this up and then print it, I can always just change the size, go to File, Print, and then make some nice classroom signs for me out of that. If I want it in Spanish, here's the kind of the cool thing here. If I click this little drop down arrow that's right beside or towards the top of any of these stickers, this is where I can add it in Spanish without having to go back to the main screen and toggling to the Spanish tab. Okay, so there we go. I have it now in Spanish and it's all good to go. Okay, if I want to go back to the Stickity homepage to explore some of the other stickers that are there, super easy to do. I just click that home button and here I am. So I'm going to jump to feedback and grading now. So here's some of those more feedback focused stickers. So great for giving students evidence and support. So we have great evidence, vocab, some of these are little animated GIFs, on the right track. All right, here's some that are saying a little bit more. This is a way to give students some feedback on maybe they need to edit something. They're getting close, but not quite there yet. All right, so please write incomplete sentences, reference the data. So I can add that one in. Same thing, I just click it. It thinks for a second. And then if I want it in Spanish, just toggle and add it in Spanish there. All right, so I have both of those on here now. All different ones are there, okay? So there's fun little reaction ones too if you want to give them applause and things like that. So if I go back to my homepage, I can see even more. The content support ones are also great. So if you want to give your students a reminder that they have access to text-to-speech, we have Read Write Google in our district, which means anytime students have something on their screen digitally, they can always read with their ears. But sometimes maybe they need that reminder. So adding this into your resources, your instruction slides for students can be super helpful. And it's communicating it to them so you're not sitting there verbally explaining it over and over again. They can have that reminder on their assignment screen, on your teacher instruction slide, and they're all set. So super easy to do. And all of these, again, come in Spanish as well as English. So these are content support, accessibility, just some things that you can say, hey, I'm looking for. Here's a tip on what I want you to do. All of these awesome ones. There's even some PBL focused ones, lesson guidance. I love this. Today's objective, learning goal, must do, may do. So many great ones are on here. I could just spend hours scrolling through all of these. Steps in navigation. I love this for putting these in your Canvas course. So you can break things down into steps, put those on a Google Doc or a slide to chunk it for students so they don't have to have a whole, paragraph of expectations and information. It's broken up. There's these nice ones that you can use as buttons on your assignments and pieces. So you can always set these up as hyperlinks. So study guide, dictionary, calculator, syllabus, translate, remembering, okay, this is how you use Google Translate. I'm going to click this one so you can see how amazing it is. So for some of these, the creator of Stickity has already set them up as hyperlinks for you. So how amazing is that? So if I want it to be so easy for my students to know that if they click this button, it means this will translate content for them. There we go. It opens up Google Translate so they can copy and paste in their information. They don't have to open up Google Translate themselves. It's already set up for them. So these are super amazing tools and resources, and they're constantly adding new ones, all different ones you can add, letters, all of that good stuff. So you can just keep going. There's also timers on here too. So there's icons for timers, but there's also videos as well. And the nice thing about these is you can easily insert them into slides and have a timer going so students are working. They have that. And these are all set up to where they're a little bit more educational content focused timers. So you're not going to see distracting ads and things you don't want to see pop up on your timers. Super easy to do. And it always just adds it here so I can move it around and do what I need to do. So there's more than just stickers. There's also videos, fun and games. And then here are the different ones for the different content areas if you wanted to check those out. If at any time you just want to explore the Spanish stickers without having to click that drop down arrow to see the stickers in Spanish, they're also grouped here. All of the stickers are available in Spanish that they are in English. So I thought I would show this to you, and they're trying to add more languages here soon. So tips for you, use them in your Canvas course and think about how you might use Stickity. So I've shown you a couple things. Now would be a great point to maybe pause the video, set a goal for yourself on what you would like to try to implement in your room right away. Maybe your first step is putting a few stickers on your daily slides when you start your day, or making that supply sign that you use for your students. Or maybe if you're pretty ambitious, you want to start putting these in your Canvas courses. So pause the video, think about it, and write down a goal. All right. So check out more examples on Stickity. This is another great point to pause the video so you can practice and play and practice adding pictures into your own Google Slides and Google Docs. Okay. Here's some expectations, or at least just some things I would practice out if I were you. So try the content area stickers, some of the Spanish stickers, feedback, and maybe even try some timers and tools as well. Additional resources and websites are here. If you want to read more about Stickity, I have their website. And then here is a resource from a really amazing website that focuses on teaching English language learners. If you want to see more about the power of using icons and visuals to support multilingual learners. And if you have any questions, my contact information is on this slide. I hope you love using Stickity and have a great rest of your day.